everyone. Just do my camera checks. Get you all on my iPad. I think my camera can come over to me just a bit more. Sorry if I'm making you feel a bit seasick. Hi, Anne. Hi, Julie. Don't look very straight to me. Is that any better? I think it might be. Hi, Doreen. Oh, yes, that looks a bit straighter. I've tried to get my camera in the same sort of position that I had it last week. Hi, Alvina. Hi, Em. Because I think last week was the best camera position that I'd had. So, how's everybody doing? It's been lovely and mild today, hasn't it? Oh, it has been in Peterborough anyway. Excuse me, I'm busy rustling. Rustle, 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 rustle. Hi, Jeanette. I'm just sorting some foam pads out for a bit later when I need them, whilst I'm waiting for you all to join me. Oh, sounded like a great big effort that did, didn't it? Who have we got? Hi, Kay. Do you like it? Hi, Susan. Hi, Marie. So can somebody just give me thumbs up or something to let me know that you can hear me okay? Hi, Margaret. Right, what do I need? Hi, Jill. Right, so I need my water. What else do I need? Hi, Sharon. Hi, Anna. Yeah, thumbs up. Great. Hi, Jackie. Sounds fine. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect. Hi, Elaine. I love the card that you did earlier, Elaine. It looked really good. Hi, Joe. Gordon. Is that Gordon or is it Phil? Aha. Hi, Carol. Thumbs up. Loads of thumbs up. All good. All good. All good. Brilliant stuff. At least you can hear me all okay. Yeah, the crisscross of the meshing looked really good. I think it was more stunning with it being two different colours, Elaine. Hi, Sandra. Was it you that won the challenge, Sandra? I seem to remember seeing your name. Hi, Jane. Oh, have you received it, Jane? You're welcome. You're welcome. It's all right, Paula, we've not started doing anything yet. You're just staring at what we're going to be creating. Hi, Betty. Right. Hi, Despina. Shall we get going? I think we should. So, we've got a frame card tonight. Because as we all know, you can't take flowers into hospitals anymore, can you? So if you want to give some flowers as a gift and you want to give a card, hi Leslie, we've just started. You could give a card and flowers all together. And it's a card. It's a frame card. Oh, are you cooking anything nice, Emma? Thought I was just about to choke then. Let me just have a drink. Think you've already gone. Where have you gone, Deirdre? So we've got the depth of a frame. I know. What are you going to choose? Congratulations, Sandra. Hi, Maureen. So this is using the new Soft Peach card. And this is the new Biscuit Crumb. Oh, thanks, Jane. Omelettes. Oh, I love an omelette. Doolally. Right, shall we get started then? So the overall size of this card is 17 centimetres square or 6 3/4 square. I thought you might, Jackie. Make sure you take the measurements down. And the inside aperture is, what's that, 4 and 1, 2, 3/8 or 11 centimetres. So where shall we start? I think we'll start with making the frame first. So what we need is 4 pieces. Oh, I should have put times 4. Of 18 by 11. Hi, Phil. So 18 by 11, and we need to score this. So let's bring in the scoreboard. I've already done a couple of them for you. Let's bring that in so that you can see the sizes. And you can see here that I've already done some scoring. So we're going to score it. Let's start with the unscored ones. So we're going to start with 2, 3.5, 6.5 and 8. And you're going to do that on all... Hi, Joanne. Ah, brilliant, Deirdre. Oh, that reminds me. Let me get my bell. Let me get my bell. There you go. There's my bell. Because I think I might have a tip or two. Can't read your postage now, Saz. Do you mean my post? Oh, or do you mean the post-it note? There you go. Do you want to take a screenshot of that? I will put the sizes up on the Facebook group. So that was scoring at 2, 3.5, 6.5 and 8 on all of them. Then you're going to turn it clockwise and you're going to score at 1 centimetre and then 4 centimetres. Let me just to the second line. So that's the first line, that's the second line. So 4 centimetres down to that second line. And you want to do the same on all of them. Now you'll notice that this bit here is smaller than this bit here, and you want to have that bit at the top. So you're scoring your 1 centimetre with the narrower bit at the top. And then what we're going to do is, hi Karen, you're going to make a little tab just there, and that's going to be for sticking the pieces together. So let's just fold that underneath and tuck that out of the way, and then you're going to cut up the 1 centimetre score line to that tab. Then you're going to score down the 4 centimetre line to that second score line, remember, and then across diagonally to there. So you're going to end up with 4 pieces like that. Let me do that again. So you're going to make a little tab on this 1 centimetre piece. Oh, it's a box frame card, Karen. Oh, you still got to do your sawn off pastry brush, have you, Paula? I did have a look for some more the other day, but the ones that I found hadn't got very stiff bristles. And I think you need one with stiff bristles. And I'm sure I can imagine what comments Phil would have on that. Pastry brushes. No, I'll show you what we mean, Phil. Our sawn off pastry brush. Oops, as I drizzle water all over. I knew you'd say that. So this is our sawn off pastry brush. And if you put a little blob of glue down on your craft mat, you can dab the pastry brush into the glue and use it on fine, delicate die cuts. So that's our sawn off pastry brush. You see all these things that you get to find out when you join us. So let's move these out the way. Put that to one side. And, oh look, I drip water on it. Never mind, that's going to be inside. I do like making my box frames, Karen. So what we're going to do is we're going to start scoring, and they all need to be folded in the same direction to make sure you've got the same shape, because they're all going to be stuck together. So you need to fold everything in and fold the little tab in as well. So let's do that with all of them. I've dribbled my water. So let's fold these. Oh, Phil does do cooking, Carol. I've heard he does some mean baking. Not that I've ever tasted it, but... Hi, Georgine. You couldn't find me, Janice. You found me at last, though. See, I've even done my nails for you. Phil can't say that, can he? Although he does say that he's cut them. Yeah, I know he sometimes does cakes for his workshop ladies. So let's get going. So you've got all of these shapes and they're all folded in the same direction like this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add glue onto the smallest section. So where you've got it shaped, add glue onto the smallest section. Now this is Phil's PVA glue that I'm using. I've just decanted it into a smaller bottle just so that I only put a little bit of glue on there. So bend that over. I didn't say bend over, Phil. I said bend that over. And you're going to make a little... yeah, would do, wouldn't it, Elaine? So you're going to end up with little rectangular tubes like that. So again, on the small area, you're going to add the glue, fold it over, and then move it the other way. Do that. That's the second one. He'll do it now just to show us. So if you use your bone folder just to burnish it down, just make sure all the glue soaks into the card. So this is the smallest area. Diamond Dazzle nails. Just notice them. Yeah, I sat in bed and did them last night. They're starting to chip already though. But it's just normal nail polish. So what might happen on some of these is that you get a little bit that's hanging over. So all I do with this is it just means that it depends if you've cut them to the right size or they're just that little bit too big. So all we're going to do is just take that excess off. I'll bring the next one up to the camera so that you can see what I mean about the excess. Can you see that? You can just see that little bit of excess just there. It's only about 1 millimetre, but it's nice just to trim it to size. You can leave it there if it won't make a difference to making the card. I just like it to be nice and neat and tidy. So throw that. Hi Karen. Right, so now we're going to put these together, and again they all need to go in the same direction. It doesn't matter which direction they go, but just make sure that all of these pieces are all facing in the same direction. I think you can, Jane, but it's great when you can make it yourself. So what we're going to do to start off with is we're going to add some glue to the back of those pieces, and we're going to stick that little tab up the bottom of the one before. But the thing is, with a die, you can only make one size. But with these, you can change the sizes that you do. So again, on the little tab, and then put it up the bottom of the other one. So all you're doing is making like a little train. Let me move some things out the way so I've got some room. And then last one, going to add some glue onto there and then stick it up the bottom of the other one. And just hold your finger down. And then what we're going to do now is add some glue. I'm just going to turn it around the other way so that I've got it facing towards me. We're going to add some glue, the square bit that's at the back here. We're just going to add a little bit of glue in there, and then across this corner, add a bit of glue. And what's going to happen is this piece is going to go inside the other piece. So you're going to form a right angle at that corner. Yeah, I know you can make them all sorts of sizes, and that's the beauty of doing it freehand. So just wiping away any excess glue if you've got it. And when you come to the last one, you add glue on that one, that corner, and then you're going to close this piece, so underneath, and then on the opposite corner, and also don't forget that tab. So when you put this together, you're doing that one, and you're also pushing the tab in the end there just to close it up. So you can push them together so that there's no gaps in the corners, and you can use your... Hi, David. No worries. You can watch it back. So if you place it on your mat, you can tell by the grid on your mat whether it's square or not. And just hold it together for a little bit. And I can see that just the one, you can see here, just overlaps just a little bit. So we want that dead square. Again, it's just down to how you've cut them and scored them. So it's easy to remedy. And just cut those corners off. So the right side, just hold that together a little while. You can put repositionable tape on the corners if you like, but what we're going to have, well, I don't suppose it matters for this one, but normally the right side would be where you've got the diagonal corner. Oh, please, can you see the reverse? Yeah. So the reverse on the other side, they're the square angles here. You can see those there. Yeah. And then on the other side, you've got the diagonal corners. Is that okay, Leslie? So then you've got your frame that is 17 centimetres square. So then we've got the card base itself that we're going to use to open it. So it's the back for that and the back for that. So first one is to go on the back of the frame, and that is 17 by 17. So I'm going to put, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, no, I'm not. Changed my mind. So second piece is 18.5 by 17, scored at 1.5. You've seen how I make my card blanks, so you'll know how. It would make a lovely Christmas card, Emma. I nearly did a Christmas card and I thought, no, I won't. So add glue to the hinge. and then butt the other piece up to that score line, making sure that it's even top and bottom, and just use your bone folder to push all of that glue into the fibres of the card. And then when you close it, the frame measurements, yeah, of course I can. So you want 4 pieces that are 18 by 11 and score at 2, 3.5, 6.5 and 8, and then you're turning it clockwise and then scoring at 1 centimetre and then 4 centimetres to the second score line. Is that okay, Em? Right, so there you've got your opening card. So I'm going to have it so that the hinge here is facing up. So this will be on the back of the front, if that makes sense. And I'm going to add this to, and I'm going to use double-sided tape for this one, red liner tape, because we want it to stick nice and solid. So bear with me whilst I just put this on, and I'm going to go just inside the outside shape of the card, just in case it doesn't fit right up to the edge. And red liner always gives you that little bit more secureness. Is that a word? Security? Sticks better. There you go. Would you use the same score measure if you make a large? No, you wouldn't, Jackie. You need to resize it depending on how deep you want the frame to be, or how wide you want your frame to be. So you have to do different measurements, but it's very easy to calculate them. If you need me to go through that with you, I can do. So we're just running this down here because we don't want it to fall apart on somebody's mantelpiece and it wilts and dies. Right, nearly there. And then we can get on to the decorating. I'm going to put an extra piece in the middle, just for extra security. Hi, Andy. I can't wait to see what you do, Emma. Are you going to do a Christmas card? Oops. Ideally, I'd have used wider red liner tape, but this is the only one that I've got left. So I need to reorder some more. Right, I think we're there now. And I don't know whether you know this trick, there you go. But if you burnish the red liner tape so that it's stuck to your card, obviously don't do it too hard because the frame that you're doing it onto is hollow. But if you do it like this, it means that the red liner sticks to the card better and makes it easier to take the backing off. Did you know that? Mine of useless information. Right, so I'll take these off, and all I'm doing is sliding my craft knife underneath, and you can see how easily this comes off. Oops. And it's also staticky, so it ends up sticking to you. or flying all over the place. You fight with it, do you? Yeah, I know. I find that if you take it off and hold it in your hand, you lose some of the staticky, and then they just end up straight in the bin. Right, now I'm going to have to stand over this. So how I would line it up is I would put the edge of the frame against the edge of the card, lining up top and bottom, and then just pushing it down. And that didn't end up quite straight, but there we go. I couldn't get right over the top of it, but it's only just a little bit out here, so, and it stands up. Right, so next thing is we need to make this frame here for it. And what I've done here is I've used the biscuit crumb card, the new biscuit crumb card. I love it, I really do. And we're using a couple of different die sets. So the outside of the frame, so let me bring that in here. The outside there is from the stitched torn squares, and it is the second one in, so it's the second largest. And the inside, I've used it to the size of the inside aperture to cut that out there. And this is from the debossed double stitch squares. And it is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the 7th one in. Okay, so that's what I've used for that one. And I've cut them out together, so just make sure that you get an equal space around the outside so that they're all equal. Now what I've done to make the pattern on here is I've taken the, let me try and find it in my stack of things. So I've used the Sensational Stamens 3. Oh, that's my lead just dropped down. I guess that was meant to be plugged into my phone. There we go. I'll plug it in now. So yeah, Sensational Stamens 3, and I've used 3 of them that you can see that I've turned over. And definitely, Emma, yeah. And I've cut them just out of a spare scrap piece of card, and I've got 3 different sizes. And what the ink that I've used to go through it is Picket Fence. Now, who's got Picket Fence Distress ink? It's similar to Craft Card, but it's not got the same texture, and Phil's Craft Card is quite thick, whereas this is the normal thickness. I can't remember what GSM the Craft Card is, but this is the same as his, let me have a look, I've got it here, 270 this is, so it's not too thick. So I'm going to bring my craft sheet in. There's that water again. That was when I took my pastry brush out of the water. So what I've done here is made a stencil or an aperture using the stamens, and I'm now going to use this as a stencil onto the card. And all I'm using is a finger dauber, and just obviously these pieces here are quite flimsy, so you just need to drag it into the middle and you can lift it up, and it gives a lovely white stencil through this. Obviously the more that you use your card, it does tend to start to shed some of the fibres, but you can easily cut yourself another piece. We end up with loads of pieces of scrap card, don't we? I know I do. I put them all in a box saying I'm going to use them. I do use some of them, but not as many as I create. Did I do that, Deirdre? Georgine's told me that I needed to get my bell out for tonight. So I've used the largest one to do all four corners, and then I'm going to use the smaller one. I think I'm going to change, oh no, I won't change it up. So remember, just drag from the outside in. From the outside in. You get a lovely effect from the picket fence. And the picket fence, when we just had distress inks, this was the first step into the distress oxides. Not many people know that. I didn't until somebody told me. So there you go. Passing on my knowledge. So I'm just going to do opposites, fill in the gaps, and then we'll go in with the smaller one. You can make your products, like Phil was showing us last night, how you can use different sets together. Now you can make your dies into stencils. You can cut them down. You can all sorts. Just get more value for money from the products that you're buying. And that's what we all want as crafters, isn't it? So that's it. And then I've got the smallest one here. I'll just do a little bit, again, dragging it in. I can't wait to see what you all do with these. I know Em said that she's going to be doing a Christmas card. They make great celebration cards. Great for a get well. Like I said, you can't take flowers into hospitals, so you could make a flower card and take it in. And then I think we'll just do one on the inside. Is that the smallest one? Yeah. And then I'm going to go round the outside edge. I mean, you can see we've had plenty of use out of this, and we're just using a scrap piece of card. I give all my bits and bobs to my daughter. Oh, that's a brilliant idea, Deirdre. So we've gone all the way round the outside, and then I'm just going to use the finger dauber just to go round the outside edge. And like I said last week, doing this just brings your eye into the centre of your work, and your eye just goes to the feature instead of it just being a... I mean, you can see already, can't you? The edge that we've done there has sort of finished it, whereas this just goes out. Do you know what I mean? Or am I just talking rubbish? I know my husband says that I do most of the time. Bless him. Bless him. So have you got any fireworks do's, or if you make them deep enough you could use them like a selection box and put, you could do indeed, Carol. And I have a friend that makes gorgeous chocolates, don't I, Georgine? And Phil will vouch for that as well. So, Georgine, you could do these to put chocolates in. Right. Oh, no worries, Caroline. It's nice for you to join me. Oops. Oopsie. So I'm just going around the inside edge as well. And what I would do is I would go over the edge again just to darken it up. I'll bring the original in so you can see the difference between... Oh, Doreen. Oh, we've had Diwali, and then we've had, oh, I don't know what we haven't had. I think we had fireworks for Halloween. Our poor little dog doesn't like the bangs and pops. He's afraid of his own shadow, really. So let me bring the two in at the same time. I don't know whether you can see the colour difference, can you, between the two, the outside edges of the two. This one, my finished card, has had 2 coats round the outside, and this one that I've just done has just got 1. And you can see that putting 2 coats on just deepens the colour. So let's put that over there and that over there. And this is then going to go over the top. You could raise it up, but I'm just going to leave it flush. So I'll stick that onto there, and this time we can do it with the glue. So I'm going to add the glue around there. Not going right to the edges because obviously we've got some shaping, and we've got the the deckled edge of this die. Excuse me if I shout, I'll whisper a bit because I'm standing right over my camera. So turn that over and press it down. Just remember it is hollow, so if you press it too hard, oh dear, Sandra, that doesn't sound very good. At least you're here now, and you can always go back and watch it again. Yeah, I know. I mean, all of the firework displays round here, the official ones, they've all stopped. So, of course, everybody's going to do their own thing, aren't they? So, there we go. And we've got that on there. You can just see a little bit of the peach card round the outside and a slight border round here. So, let's carry on with the card. So, we're going back to the double D... What's it called? What's it called? The double... debossed double stitch squares. And we're going to cut the card for in there. Just made it just that little bit smaller, so we've got that peach outline. So it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 8th one. The 8th one there. Let me put this other one. Excuse my arm. So it's the 8th one in from the outside that we're using for that one. And this time I'm going to be putting it onto foam tape. So which is the right side? You could do white around the edge of this one, but I'm not going to bother because a lot of it is going to be covered up by flowers. I know Phil says that he doesn't like the squares, but I've got to finish all of these up before I can get his foam tape. You buy a bulk lot, don't you? This is what I was getting out when we first started, so that I didn't run out. Yeah, that's all finished now, hasn't it, Karen? I don't think they do one there anymore. It used to be a lovely firework display. Right, so let me stand up and get it equal, top, bottom and side to side. There we go. And now I've got the sentiment square. Oh, that's brilliant. I think the smaller places do tend to have their own. So this square here is the soft peach again. And it is the... Let me put this one back in here. So these are the stitched torn squares, the one that I've used for the sentiment, and it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the 8th one in that I've used. So we're going to stamp the sentiment for this one. And where did I put my stamp platform? I left my sentiment in from earlier. And I'm just going to use the same one. But you all know by now that I use my acetate to level, that's the right way, to level the stamp up and get it into the right position, because you can put it on here and you can move it about. So let me put my magnets on here and just check. Yeah, it's in the right place. So I'm going to be using the VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink for this, and this is the permanent ink. And the reason that I do it in the stamp platform is that if it isn't perfect the first time of stamping, let me just bring that to me and have a look. You can go in and do a second stamping and it will be in exactly the same place. I know a lot of you like your stamping platforms. Just means that you've got foolproof stamping. Just means a lot of people now are able to do stamping and get good results. So put my acetate in there so that I can keep it safe. And let me just wipe my stamp now. The stamp that I've used is from, let me show you. It's one of the Sunflower Parade, and it's the script sentiments. It's a lovely font, this one is. So let's put that away. Get it the right way up and the right way round. Have you all got used to the dark nights now? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, Janice. It's horrendous, the noise, isn't it? So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to be really, really careful, and I'm going to put foam pads on the back of this, being really careful because I don't think the ink will quite be dry. So if I don't drag it about, it should, fingers crossed, everybody fingers crossed, be okay. Put my bits away. Yeah, I think there's a lot of animals that don't like the bangs because I guess it vibrates and they can feel it as well, can't they? Oh, just make sure that you've got it so that it's opening. I suddenly had a moment. So we're going to do that in the corner, and then we're going to build the flowers around it. So let's get on to the flowers. And for this, I've used a combination of different flowers. I've used the Floral Finery Enchanting Petals. I've used Floral Finery Majestic Fronds for the leaves, and Floral Finery Wonderfully Plain. And then I'm also using Twiddly Bits, good old Twiddly Bits, the Twiddly Bits. And the card that I'm using for these is the Zingy Chartreuse, the Soft Peach, there's Ice White, and I think it's Electric Blue. Yeah, Electric Blue. So that's the coloured cards that I'm using. So let's get all of these out and we can get shaping them up. So some of the stamens I'm using as flowers, just gives a different perspective. And thanks to my friend earlier, Georgie, she suggested that I pop them into the spaces. As you can see, they're here. And they just fill up some gaps and just give it a different look. Right, where's my shaping mat? So let's start with the big one first. And I'm going to use the ball tool. Let's move these over so that I can get these on a bit more. So I'm just going to use my ball tool and just go over the back so that it curls up. Do the other one. Oh, apologies, my bracelets crash banging on my worktop. And then turn it over and just go round and round in the middle. And put them onto my non-stick craft sheet. And what are we doing in the middle of that one? So that one, we're having one of the stamens in Ice White. And then we've got, saying about fireworks, and the fireworks have just started outside. So the poor dog will be sat there shaking. So he'll be sleeping on the bed with me tonight, no doubt. So that his mummy can keep him safe. Let me just have a look at what you're all saying. So once you've done that one side, turn them over. Still awake, Georgine? She's had a busy day, bless her. And I'm just going to press the centres in. And then in the middle of those, we're going to have 2 of the smaller 4-petalled ones. And then we've got soft peach. And turn them over so that we've got the back. Give these a bit of a shape. It doesn't take long to shape them up. You can just get into a bit of a production line. And then in the centre of these, we've got the smaller 3-petalled ones, but I'll shape these up as we're adding the centres to them. So let me just put a little bit of shape into these, because all we're going to have in the middle of these is a pearl. No worries, Heather, you can always watch back. The twiddly bits are not going to have any shape, but the leaves are. And what I do with the leaves is I take Phil's pointy nose tweezers. Oh, Paula, it's lovely. And all I do is hold the tweezers down the middle and just push the outsides in. So we'll do that, and I've done 4 of these, and these are the 3 leaved fronds, and then we can get putting these together. It's 8 o'clock, so this one's a little bit of a longer one tonight, but I'm sure you won't mind, will you? What ideas have you got so far, Emma? Is it going to be Christmas? Oops. Just be careful with your pointy tweezers, because they are rather sharp. So I'll bring this in, and where's my glue? So stick this first. So a bit of glue into the centre. Use tweezers and put it together, and then put the stamen in the middle. And then I'm going to be adding the pearls. And the pearls that I've used for this, could you please talk me through how you join the sections of the frame, if possible? I can do, Leslie, or you can watch it back. I don't think I've got any more pieces to be able to show you. So I'm using Inky Sky, and I'm using Porcelain Shimmer. I'll see if I can cut an extra piece, Leslie, and I'll see if I can... Sorry, I just had a quick swig of my drink before I started choking on it. Yeah, at the end I'll see if I can find some scrap card and show you. So in the middle of this one I'm putting the Inky Sky, and that's a lovely mixture of different blues in that one. So that's going to go just there. Then these 4 are going to have one of the Porcelain Shimmer, And these I'm using the larger ones because they fit in the centre of the stamens really nicely. Just fit that shape. You're welcome, Leslie. Seems strange saying Leslie on here because my sister's name's Leslie. That one's not got much shine on it. I think I must have got some glue on that. Right. So we're not doing any glittery rings tonight. We're not adding any glitter. Doesn't mean to say that you can't. If you want to. Glitter would look lovely on the, oops, on the, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. On the fronds or round the outside of the frame. It's too late in the evening. I don't do evenings. I'm a morning person. You making a shopping list, are you, Doreen? What, grocery shopping or craft shopping? Let's put those over to one side. You're making a list of all of these goodies that you can be getting. I'm not sure if they are all still available on the website, but pop over and have a look. And who knows what else you might find. So I love the 3-petaled flowers because I think they make a lovely shaped flower. And I'm going to add the smaller flowers to the centre. And it's also nice to mix up your 4-petaled and your 3-petaled. It just gives it a completely different look. Now, in the centre of these, I've used the blue. Oops. And we'll put those in the middle. And this is where, when you're pressing your pearl down, you can be lifting the leaves or the petals of your flower up. I love that you get a variety. Craft stuff, brilliant, Doreen. Just as it should be. And then you build up all of those loyalty points as well that you can spend on even more craft stuff. Sorted. And then the smallest ones here, which are in the soft peach. And these again are 2-layered flowers. Now I made these flowers a bit smaller than the ones that I put on earlier because I thought it might give a little bit of a different look. So I'm just going to see whether these flowers, of course you need to make it up to £40 so you get free postage. You could do this frame hexagonal or octagonal. Yes, you could. Remind me at the end, and I'll show you a an octagonal one that I made exactly the same as this. Now then, do I need to put them in? Don't know. Let's put them together and see what we think, shall we? Then you can decide for me whether we need these in or whether we just go for a pearl in the centre. So what do we think? Put that in the middle of there? Or do we just go for a pearl in the centre? Let me find one. Just go for a pearl in the centre. Yeah, I think we just go for a pearl in the centre. There you go. Executive decision made. If your glue does get a little bit thick, you could see there that I was having to cut it off a little bit. Then you can add water, just add it a little bit at a time to make it a bit thinner, because Phil's PVA glue is very thick, which is why it does such a good job. I mean, with these, as we haven't put a centre in them, you could add glitter around the outside or add a bigger pearl, do you think? Let me take it out whilst it's still wet. Do you think a bigger pearl? Go on then. Doreen said bigger pearl. So we're going with a bigger pearl. Let me put some more glue on there. I'll leave those two smaller ones out, because if I put them back in the container now, it's just going to stick to everything else. It's always nice when you get somebody else's input, isn't it? So I'll leave those off to the side. Are you all okay to carry on watching? Daft question really, isn't it? Right, so now we're going to bring in the big guns. I'm going to bring in the glue gel. Ding, ding, ding. I'm nearly at the end of this one, so I have brought in backup. So let's just turn all these over. Oops. Smeared that one. I think I could actually do with a new cocktail stick. Tell you what, let's treat myself to one. Right, okay, Jackie. I'll keep going, you keep watching. Oh, I'm getting the muck and fuddle. There we go. I'm sticking to it, because there's not so much left in the container. It was sticking. Right, let's start putting this together. So I want this one just slightly, bring this in, slightly off the corner, and I'm going to be putting it underneath to see if I can, oh look, I bent it now. Let's add some more. Phil's favourite glue, yeah. So I can go under there. And also I'm going to add a twiddly bit over the top. Then add another of the fronds. Did I say that the fronds were out of Zingy Chartreuse? very posh. Catch that before it falls off. Put it underneath and add another twiddly bit. So the twiddly bits just bring a different dimension to the card, and once it's drying you can angle it up so that you've got a little bit more dimension. Right, so what are we doing next? Let me put my card up in front of me. Let's bring these in so that we don't forget them. And these I'm going to be putting on flat. So I think we will go with that one up there. And I'm going to slot on the leaves under there. Am I mucking fuddle? Hadn't you heard that one before, Doreen? It's a good one, isn't it? It's a cracker. And we'll put that one just there. And that one there. That one there. And another front. You can see that I actually made these flowers on this one, excuse me, a little bit smaller than these. So I'm not sure whether I need to add more into this one or not. And what I'm going to do with these, now we've got the fireworks going outside now that I said something. Excuse me. So I could add some more twiddly bits into this one. So I'm just putting these down with the normal PVA glue. The last one. I could, Carol. Or I could just put them on, let's go for it, one there and one there, and then that gets rid of those two discarded pearls. They are no longer discarded. Can't pick it up. Oh, it's alive. So you can see that you can change your flowers and the sizes of your flowers. Let's clear the decks. So you can see the difference between them. This is the one that I've just done and the flowers are not as full. And this is the one that I did previously. And the fullness of the flowers, it just fills it up a little bit more. I think I prefer the larger flowers than this, but unless you experiment, you don't know, do you? So let's just adjust the size of that so that it's level. And let me give you a close-up of the one that I did earlier, because I think I'll be swapping out the smaller flowers for the larger ones. Unless I just infill it with smaller. Oh, twiddly bits are in stock. Karen just said that she's checked. So Leslie wanted me to show you how to put the frames together. Now I think I've got, hopefully you can still hear me, I think I've got some old bits that I cut up. Let me see if I can find it. If not, I can just cut some other pieces. Just having a look through my, oh, there we go. There we go. I've only got, so these are not the same size as the one that I used before. So let me just quickly do this. So these have all been scored previously. I don't know the sizes of these. They were just ones that I did for a previous project. So let's quickly glue these together so that I can show Leslie what I mean. So we still get that same rectangular shape. What was that, Leslie? Nearly had a panic. What, when you saw this? Right, so you've got the pieces and they're exactly the same. You've got the square piece at the back, the triangular, and then you've got your flap. So what you do is you add the glue to the flap and making sure that they're both in the same direction. You put the flap inside the straight edge. Like I said before, stick it up its bottom. And then when you go to put them together, where you've got your angled piece, the opposite piece, you want to put like a little triangle, and the square piece at the back, you want to add it, and then that piece goes inside and that forms your right angle. Was that what you wanted to see, Leslie? That was just very, very quick on some that I'd already got cut. Oh, thank you, Joanne. So there you go. And you just have another two pieces the same size, or you could make it into a rectangular one. So you'd have the two long pieces on the side and a short piece top and bottom. And I was going to show Emma this octagonal one that I've made, and this was made in exactly the same way, where you butt them all up, but obviously you have to work out your angles. But yes, like you say, Emma, you can do it the same in an octagonal one. And this has just been done with some of the papers from a set. So there you go, there's that one. Put that one back up on my wall. So I'll leave these with you and you can see the difference between the two. I'll add them to the Facebook group. You can watch it again, or I'll be adding it to my YouTube channel. Any questions, please ask, as usual. And I look forward to see it. Oh, Phil's got a live on Thursday night, hasn't he? So I will see you in group on Thursday night. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Oh, hang on, before you go, don't go, don't go, don't go. I need to pick a winner, don't I? You nearly let me forget. What am I like? What am I like? What am I like? Phil can't win. And I've come up with Karen Boland. Karen Boland. You've won the card that I've made this evening. So if you want to contact Karen on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page, or give her a ring, or however you get in touch, so that she can pass on your address to me, and I'll get this off in the post to you. That's Karen Boland. Hope I'm saying that right. Okay, now you are released. Have a gorgeous rest of your evening, and I will see you in group on Thursday night. Bye.